Internationally renowned artist Dale Chihuly has an impressive installation at Chihuly Garden and Glass.
I'd like people to come in here and feel good. This gigantic sculpture over their head.
Your work certainly has liquid qualities to it.
Glass in general is very organic and very liquid and creates a lot of forms that look like they come from the sea.
In my endless quest to learn about all things tech, I've come to the jewel of the Northwest. I'm George Takei, and this is Takei's Take Seattle. Chihuly's sculpture is perhaps the visual equivalent of the explosive sounds of Jimi Hendrix. Hendrix's legacy is so strong here, there's an entire museum devoted to him. I've come to EMP to meet with one of its curators, Jason Emmons.
He's such a great American story. He's one of the great icons of the 60s, probably the greatest guitarist of all time. He really took the guitar in directions that people had never thought of. And that included technology. Like, he loved using feedback as sort of a palette to his sound. He also loved effects pedals. He liked to alter the sound of his guitar. So for Hendrix, technology was an opportunity to create new sounds. So the original idea was just to focus on Hendrix, but really what we've evolved into is a museum of pop culture. Seattle's really become a place known not only for technology. Of course, people know us for Boeing, and they know us for Microsoft, also for coffee. But with the grunge era, people really started to say, well, this is a city that's also artistically creative. Well, let me show you around.
Thank you.
Pacific Northwest, and in Seattle in particular, I think people are, for the most part, very self-effacing. Like, the idea of aggrandizing yourself, people hate that. And I think that's one of the things that comes through in Nirvana's music. They weren't, looking for a commercial success. They almost felt in some ways as if they had betrayed themselves. At the same time, it was exciting, and that tension is sort of in the music. For them, like for most bands, really making music was a thing that was so much fun. Inspiring other people about what's possible when you use your own creativity. So George, this is Sound Lab. Really, this room is probably the most inspiring space in the museum.
Hendrix and Nirvana embody Seattle's creative spirit and the very essence of rock and roll, an outsider indie approach to the world. Not far from EMP is perhaps one of the country's most established indie stations, KEXP. Senior Director of Programming Kevin Cole shows me around.
Early on, KEXP really embraced technology. We were the first station to provide listeners an uncompressed audio stream. We were the first station in the country to do full-song podcasts. And now 250,000 people download our podcasts every week.
What does it mean to be an independent station?
We can take risks. We can play artists that don't have an audience yet. So we have like 44 DJs that are all deeply passionate about music. And we want to be able to play the music in whatever format it gets delivered to us. They're still playing
they're
vinyl.
well-worn.
They're well-worn. And
knowing that more young people learn about music from YouTube than the radio, KEXP created a permanent studio for their very successful YouTube channel where they post over 500 live performance videos a year. I catch one of Seattle's hottest new bands, Taco Cat. Chihuly, Hendrix, Nirvana, oh my. Seattle fixtures that perfectly embody its innovative spirit and clear the path for the new artists to come.
Nice.
Like what you see? Subscribe.
Cheers.
I'm sharing courses of a delicious meal with my husband, Brass, Danielle, and David. They have a high-tech way of brewing coffee.
We hooked up these drip solenoids